Welcome. This is Module 5, Topic 1, Lesson 2, Breaking the Fourth Wall. Today we're talking about surface area of rectangular prisms and pyramids. In this lesson, you're going to use nets of solid figures to determine the surface area of figures. Do that in the real world. And also, there is a lot of multiplication in here of decimals, so get ready. Some key terms that you'll talk about today are net, surface area, pyramid, and slant height. Alrighty, let's get started with the getting started, breaking down a cube. Go ahead and get your highlighters ready because our first vocabulary word is right here. A net is a two-dimensional representation of a three-dimensional geometric figure. A net is cut out, folded, and taped to create a model of a geometric solid. So, number 1 says cut, fold, and tape the cube net found at the end of the lesson. Now, I'm not going to require you to cut, fold, and tape anything because I am on a computer screen. But if you look at it, you can still observe and kind of visualize how if you do cut it and fold it, it will then form a cube. And remember, a cube is a 3D shape that looks like this, like the picture I just drew. All right, number 2. It says, are there other nets that form a cube? Circle the 11 cutouts that can form a cube. So now looking at the 11 cutouts here, you are going to determine on your own which one of these could potentially form a cube. Now, when you're doing this, I want you to think, what must it have at least to be able to form a cube in the first place? How many faces are there? How many sides? How many bases are there? For an example, this one here, I know is going to form a cube because it's got 4 sides, and also those 2 flaps are the bases that are going to then fold in to close that shape. Now, I want you to take 1 minute and 1 minute only to circle as many cube nets that you can identify. Take 1 minute. Pause here. Alrighty, we may have all gotten different answers, but that's okay. Let's compare. Here are all of the nets that you should have circled, but if you did not circle all of these, it is okay because some of these are really hard to visualize on paper. Something else that you could have done is cross out the ones that obviously do not create a net. For example, this one here. You can see that there are 1, 2, 3, there's like 5 sides and 1 base, so that wouldn't even make sense. All right, let's move on. Question 3 says, how did you determine which are nets of cubes? And number 4 says, what do all of the nets for a cube have in common? Consider the number of faces, edges, and vertices in your explanation. I want you to go ahead and take another minute, 1 minute only, to discuss 3 and 4 with a partner, a neighbor, your group, and then come back and we will close out this getting started activity. All right, 1 minute. Pause here. Alrighty, and we're back for number 3. You discussed that with your partner. I'm sure everyone had a different way of determining which one are cubes. And for number 4, what do all the nets have in common? Well, also, you could have said something totally different, but me personally, I just put an example, and I like this one because it rhymes. I said they all have 4 faces and 2 bases. But if you made any other observation, that's exactly what you were supposed to do. Alrighty, at this time, this concludes the Getting Started activity. I will see you in the next video, activity 2.1.